David Banner.
If there was any advice that you would give to a mother that's just entering a situation like that for the first time, what 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 would be some pointers or some advice that you would give her?
I would say, even though your child is in this situation, to be there for them as much as you can, because it's not an easy task. You know, it's financially, it's a lot. Physically, it's a lot. Traveling, emotionally, it's a lot. But be there if you can, and if there's a group or someone that you can talk to that can relate, if that person is open, you know, like lean on that person, because when you're going through it and it's your first time, like you don't know where to go, you may not know what to do legally, you may not have the means financially to hire a lawyer. Like it's a lot.
Um, what what do you think? Like, what do you think? Like now that how many years has it been so far?
It's been 10 years this year.
Um, what would you have done different now that you have lived through this experience? Is there anything that you think you would have done different or handled different? Not with him, but
hmm
like handling the situation, you personally.
Um, I don't know that I would have done anything different in handling the situation and outcome of it. I think I did, and still am doing like all that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that I would have done anything differently. But I am going to encourage mothers. I mean, and their fathers too. But I only know from a mother's perspective that if you, if the father's in a child's life
Mm-hmm.
or is there and he's doing well, like make sure your son spends time with his father, because it's not an easy thing raising a man. Like at a certain point, I believe, moms should kind of let go and, let dads take over, because I think we sometimes present the world as, well, we see it from it's fair and making sure, they're taken care of in a nurturing standpoint. But the man does have to come in, and balance that out
Mm-hmm.
and give them that, that tough side. Not necessarily tough, but, take them on to the next phase of growing into a young man.
Mm-hmm. Scott?
What do you do on a daily basis to deal with I guess you would call it trauma or grief? How do you get through the times when nobody's around and this is constantly weighing on you? What type of things do you personally practice to alleviate that stress and anxiety?
You know what I've learned to do is, if I'm feeling like emotionally just like strained, and I just let it out first. First, I let it out. I cry. I just let it go. Sometimes I take a nap. Sometimes I'll just let it go and then go, okay, I'm going to go work out or, go in the yard and do something. But what I learned to do is to not hold it in or just try to hurry up and go do something else, but to first just like sit in the situation and then purge.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Have you, what, in terms of his day to day in the facility,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any knowledge of the type of work that they have him doing in terms of,
Yeah,
like,
now.
you talked about prison labor earlier? I know I have a relative that was in federal prison for 13 years, and she was a midwife.
Wow.
She also was she used to proofread for the United States Census Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
And she also ran a printing press that made all the labels for the Coast Guard uniforms. So all these jobs, I had no idea. And she said she never made more than 44 cents an hour.
Scott, and let me
Wow.
ask you a question. I don't know if this is true. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they'll have you doing all of these specialized jobs while you are locked up, but then you can't get those same jobs when you get out. Is that true?
not only can you not get those jobs when you get out, my aunt can't get any of those jobs that she did in the facility. And she's literally in there. A lot of female inmates come in pregnant and then they have to deliver the child. So they are saving money on healthcare by having actual inmates deliver the children. Wow. So they have them trained as midwives, but they can't do that out in, when they come out. But another thing that they do, like my aunt was a proofreader. She said if there was a mistake on a document, they would put her in solitary confinement, like she had broken some type of prison.
What?
So they're actually getting punitive punishment for making mistakes on a job that they're making 38 cents an hour on. They would get thrown in the hole, as she put it.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Like, I just want to agree with your youngest son, because it's similar. I mean, I know obviously it's different, but my mom go through the same thing with my brother passing, thinking she was a bad mom and all that, and just some of this family dynamics because of what he chose to do. But like your youngest son said, it is a choice, and that isn't a direct reflection of how you raised your son. You know what I mean? Because as men, when we growing up, we make choices. I've made some that I know my mom probably wasn't particularly proud of. You know what I mean? So I just want you to know, don't let that beat you up and thinking that you didn't, do your part.
Thank you.
Since you raising us.
You're so funny.
And look how horrendous they dumb to us.
But imagine what we would have been.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Corey, any questions, brother?
When I found out about the topic for today, I had no idea, Regina. And it's one of those things where it's just you are such a strong person, strong woman, just for being able to be the light for so many other people and have things that are weighing on you, and just a testament to your strength and your character, how positive you constantly are in pushing everyone else to be right and do the right thing. And like Salih said, don't beat yourself up over the decisions. And, I guess my question is, I was curious with, similar to what Scott said, how the day-to-day is, how often do you get to talk to him? How often do you get to communicate with him and that sort of thing? And just what space he is in while he's, locked up or whatnot.
I talk to him maybe once or twice a week when he can't talk to me. And what really helps me is that he actually mentally is in a better space than he is. We've had the conversation of, how, why, and all of these things. But he too, when I would visit him, he had to tell me too, Mom, it was nothing. It was nothing that you did. It was all me, It was a choice that I made. And all that kind of helped me get on the road to healing. But he actually at some point was encouraging me and comforting me through it. And he's definitely in a more positive space. He still actually does kind of coach me out of some things right now. Right now, I think his job is welding, is what he's been doing. He's done horticulture, which I never thought that he would do because I could get no love while I was at home working in the yard. But he actually loved it. So he's doing pretty good.
Is there any overarching message that has come to you through this? Because what I've noticed is I stopped asking why and started asking what. That's what I always ask God, like what? Is there any overarching, something that you've been able to get out of this experience at all?
Yes, that in life, you just never know what's going to happen. You can't always be prepared. I think what you can do is try to be aware and, like they were saying in the Jordan thing, be present, Be aware, be present, and be your best you. You can't take on the issues or problems of outside people. But what I have learned in this is going through it showed me who my real friends and family were. Because people that I thought would show up and be there weren't. And there were people who I thought wouldn't were. And that seems to be a case in a lot of things in life. And I also want to say that it was a very trying time for me. And you were one of few people that I let in. And that actually, when I talked to you about it, moved to help me. So I just want to say thank you. And I love you.
Love you too. Yeah, I was really bothered when you told me that. 'Cause I remember those times. And that was one of the reasons why, if you remember, when I wanted you to work with me, that was one of my motivations. No bullshit. Is to make them motherfuckers pay. And I'm usually not like that anymore, but that's one thing, bro, that I'm dead serious about, bro. Like Regina's helped so many people. I've watched her. She's a king and a queen builder. And I didn't like that shit at all. And what I found in my life is that you don't worry about nobody else. You just do. And through us doing right and through us being successful and through us being thankful and holding you up. I said something, and I meant this. I said, I wrote this as it pertained to me, but it also pertains to you. I said, isn't it bad that you let someone turn your king into a general? Don't be mad when they start winning wars. Like you people have you and people have you every day and have access to you, and then don't do right and then get butt hurt when they see, the way that other people treat you. And I've always been grateful. And similar to what Corey said, like that was the last thing that I thought was going on with
Me
you,
too.
And,
Me too. Like, literally someone could have told me, yo, your son, something, bet on it, right? And I would have said, I bet my life. And I would have been wrong.
Well, all of us, I'm asking everybody in the room this. Wasn't y'all like that when y'all were young? I know it was shit my mom had no fucking,
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, no fucking idea at all.
When
Like,
when I got in trouble, that was the main thing. When we was in court and I looked at my mom, I was like, yo, I gotta stop. And that was the decision, because it really wasn't me. I was like, fuck it, let's mash. But when I saw her,
especially
and
on
then,
top of what your
and that's
mom
the first
been
thing
through.
she said, you know what happened with your brother? And it was just like, damn. Like, I solely, that was for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like my biggest thing in life growing up or even now is the thing that cuts me the most that my mom could ever say to me is you disappointed me. And that thing would anytime when I was growing up and I got to that point with her, that's when I knew, okay, I can't get in trouble. I can't do this and that, because that cut me more than any type of punishment or anything, just to make her say, you just disappointed me, that you're a disappointment. That was just the worst thing you could tell me.
I was similar. I couldn't take seeing my mom cry.
Yeah.
Like, I could take a lot of shit, and because my mom, I got so big, so tall early, and my mom is so small. My mom used to hurt herself whooping me.
Right.
And I used to cry because I made her feel that way. Was it like that for you?
Listen, I remember the last time my mom tried to whip me, she ran up the stairs with a hanger. Whop, whop. I think I'm like 14. I had started lifting for football and everything. And I just was like, Mom, why are you still trying to hit me? And she just looked at me like, just get out of my face. And then she never hit me again since I was like 14 years old.
But see, the difference between me, I had to cry. Mama would have told Zeno, and Zeno would have pistol whooped my ass.
Yeah, see, my pops never whooped me, ever. One time, he told me as a kid not to open this juice in the store in the cart, and I opened this shit, he whooped me, and we got in the car. But other than that, my dad never whooped me.
My dad beat the living.
I wasn't bad like that, though. I was just mannish.
My dad beat the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
out.
I was just mannish. I wasn't
that.
bad. I just was trying to be.
You said something earlier about having that male figure to go to, like Jordan had. And I can tell you specifically, I had an opportunity to go pick something up from an airport and deliver it for some money. And the first thing that popped in my head was my father's face. And the first thing I heard in my mind was his voice. And I said, nah, I can't do that. And I was probably 21 then. And that voice still rides with me today at 50, almost 51. And so that person is very important. It doesn't I don't know, it doesn't have to be a male or whatever, but you got to have somebody to have you in check in your mind when nobody's around to say,
That's true.
I better not do that. For me, that was my father. There was no way I was going to do that mission because I couldn't face my dad if I got caught. And that has kept me out of a lot of trouble. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, even now, it's like, of course, it's my dad, but my dad don't live here on a day-to-day. It's you, bro. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I could have made another decision or two on, and you'd be like, come on, bro. And I just always just hear you saying, I just let stuff ride or don't do it. You know what I mean?
And that's
so I appreciate you for that.
But that's the reason why I try, like, with all us, anytime I get extra money, anytime extra shit come in, I try to share it amongst all of us. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that we all straight because the truth is, I don't care if we made $1 billion. I couldn't pay y'all for what y'all bring to my life. All of y'all, like, Scott literally saved my life. Like, I was dying, like literally fucking dying. You know, I was done before y'all. Like, I was through with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And even Corey, man, Corey is maybe one of the best mixers in the United States. I could never pay. He mixes the whole podcast. Most songs are usually 3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
3 well, now these the motherfuckers be a minute
hot
2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the things that Tommy Nova, like he get that shit for a 3-minute video. You know, we are investing in each other. We are a village. And one of the reasons why, Regina, I really wanted you to talk about it because I know you see now how women look up to you. And, you know, I don't want to push it for the show, but I be wanting people to see that stuff ain't what you always think it is.
It's true.
Like, people look at all of us and think that we perfect. Man, that 3-month stretch that you had, bro, I hadn't seen that shit. Like, it was just death, bro. And it was funny. I told Sully, bro, just come to the crib, bro. Just come to the house, bro. Because my house is like fun and zen, you know, and shit, man. Scott, do you mind? I know that we're on this topic, man, but do you mind if I tell them about why you moved to Florida? You mind?
Go ahead.
Man, I thought this was the most honorable shit on this planet, man. Scott, like, was booming, training, and doing all of this stuff in LA and just becoming an icon, just period, socially amongst people. And Scott was like, man, I want to move back. You know, I can still train people online. I want to move back when my father is still mobile and spend time with my dad. Like, this is a celebrity trainer. He's like, man, I want to mow my dad's yard. I want to make sure that my dad is good. And bro, that was the most honorable shit, man. And those are the types of things. And that's the reason why I don't believe there's too many people that can fuck with our synergy, man. Because my mom said, like, we are not exceptions in the music industry. We are exceptions in this world. And the fact that we vibrate on the same level is the reason why we're here together. You know, I believe. You know, so do you think sometimes, Regina, you work as hard as you do to sort of get your mind? Because y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. I have cameras. I have hidden cameras everywhere. And I'll see, like, it'll be 12 at midnight, and Regina will be in the office sending out, like, I'll be like, damn, man, I'm not in my office. I remember one time I got up and came to the office just because I felt bad. Do you think that's part of your work ethic?
I do.
Yeah, damn.
I do. It's part of it.
That's one of the reasons why I've been pushing us to travel together. You know what I'm saying? We're taking this shit international, especially now that Tommy Nova's here. Anything else, Regina, you want to tell us about?
Yeah. They need to, and these prisons, the food is too expensive. They need to tighten up. They're charging way too much for some Thai ramen noodles.
Some bad food.
For real. Like,
What's the markup on food in
I
there?
think top ramen may cost like 80 cents a pack
10
or
cents a
something crazy, and it costs like 10 cents in the store. Like, how do you charge the... I understand that they've done a crime, something. Well, not everyone, but I understand that part of it. But how do the people who have the least, America, continue to pay the most?
Pay the most.
And why do we continue to give and patronize the people who treat us the worst?
I agree.
Like we are the biggest consumers in America, but we don't spend on self. And we don't ever spend to help other people. I remember, I never forget this. I know I said this once before. I had a homeboy who, he was doing a lot, and I remember asking him, I was like, bro, like I'm really close. I need 2,000 to get a keyboard, and I never asked anybody. Y'all know how I am about asking people for anything, but I saw how much food every other weekend, like $4,000-$5,000 on food. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, just one weekend, we cut it in half and I can get this keyboard. He said no. I never forget that. And I used to ride with him and never ask for no money. I didn't want no money. I just didn't want him to go by himself. And I never got no money from him. And I was like, well, dog, like, shit. And we would rather give our money to people. And I even notice how people they feel like being rich and wealthy is treating people like shit.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of people.
That's the definition.
And I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that. Me and Salih was thinking about us doing a topic just about how we've lost our ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Like we getting further and further away from our grandparents and acting more and more like the people that have historically treated us like shit. It's some shit that we do now that we would have never done, man.
Wasn't even in our culture.
Yeah. So.
Man.
We appreciate you for sharing, Regina.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks. I was going to say it's my pleasure. Kinda.
I think that what you shared is going to help somebody. So
I hope so. I hope so.
I do too.
I know my family.
It's a constant journey.
Not an easy thing.
It's not.
And guess what, Regina? We love you and we are here. I noticed something, man, and it really made me proud. Like, once you start working over here, and we're not even talking about KP and all the people over there, like just the men that you have around you. Regina ain't got to do shit no more. Salih almost got shot because of you.
Shout out KP, you was there for me too.
Yeah, and I know family.
Mm-hmm.
Family. How did this affect your immediate family, like outside of you and your two sons?
My immediate family, my sisters, because I have all sisters, well, two brothers. They were there. But it hurt some family members. Like, there was one in particular who was just like, well, that's not my nephew.
What?
Yeah, and that, like, it hurt. It like hurt so bad. I'm like, how can you say that? We've since made amends, but boy. But this is the same family member, now that I'm thinking about it, that told me when I left California that I wasn't going to make it, that I would be back.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm the last person to talk about, like, I got it in my mind. It's wired. Like, I got relatives that we were born related, but then that family is something totally separate. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I got relatives, yeah, and it's like I got my family. You know what I mean? And it's different.
I feel like family another excuse to fuck over you. That's what I believe. Family is how people treat you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, so my family, just because we relatives don't mean we family, is what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. you know, and because it's so crazy, man, how, and we should stop this, man, how just because someone is perceived to be doing well, that doesn't mean that they're not human.
That's true.
You know, people think because, you know, you work with the people that you work with, you know, that you move to Atlanta and shit popping, you making shoes and shit. Corey, world-renowned mixer. Tommy Nova having more sex than he's ever had in his life. Corey mixing for some of the top people in the world.
Scott traveling the world.
Yep. A Boogie stole my David Banner Godbox hairstyle, and he used it to the best of his.
Now that was funny.
Oh my God. Oh, that was a good
most
one.
definitely is though, boy.
Yo, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
No, but people don't even know how to say hey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Snoop told me one time that I was when I was living in LA that I was one of the closest people to him, and I asked him why. He said, "'Cause you're the only one in my life that asked me how I'm doing." And the reason why I asked him how he was doing, because nobody would ever ask me how I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Scott to do shit, man. Like, I'm always trying to do everything. Scott to be like, nah, bro, let me do that. Like, go to sleep somewhere. Like, go sit down, you know?
Get your ass down.
You know? So, have, in all, Regina, do you think that this has built resilience, that it's built strength in another way?
I do. I think it's built resilience in both of us.
Because your eyes, like, I noticed, like, in your eyes, it's changed. Something has changed.
You mean just now?
No, I just mean
from
in general.
Yeah.
Like, and I believe that if we hold on and don't let situations break us, it always builds strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know the stuff that I've been through, specifically with my family. I don't give a fuck about too much.
Yeah.
It don't. And the crazy shit about it is, I sort of feel bad because I really do not care. Like, I really don't care if it don't affect my immediate family, and it don't affect y'all. Karan, Andre, E-Love, Bird. Because people, I actually thank God. And I tell you this, Regina, I thank God for showing me. Because it's better than getting down the road and you be in a life-threatening situation, or it's $1 million situation. There's some people that I trusted, and when they revealed themselves, I was happy.
I agree. I agree. When people show you who they are, you should believe them. And I actually would rather see up front than try to catch it, you know.
Can I give you
on
my
the back
saying?
end. Yep.
When somebody show you they ass, smell it.
Dang. They might smell.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm laughing. She said, dang.
No, I'm serious. When somebody show you they motherfucking ass,
No,
smell
that's
it.
for real. And believe it. Believe that they ain't washing it.
You know what was weird? Because, like, I didn't never realize that me and her son was around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
And she's around the same age as my brother that passed. So it'd be like a kind of like funny dynamic. Because, like, for her, I'm talk to her like, yeah, that's like my sister. But then I'm like around, like, the way she baby me, it's like I'm around the same age as her son. And it's just funny. Like, when I actually thought, because I never knew.
Tommy Nova, anything,
Scott,
bro?
you're good people.
Look
I
like
love
you were tired, bro. I didn't want
Hey, when you did wear rubbers, what was your favorite kind?
Lemonade.
lemonade.
Sorry.
Oh, lemonade. She
Sorry.
you pissing on people? Damn, you pissing on people.
Come on, that shit, Regina.
Oh, that was something else, right? Tommy,
Damn,
you know
Tommy
what I mean,
Nova.
right? No, it was
I
not.
was on edible yesterday. I was just trying to damn hold on.
Oh, that's
Wait. What was the edible?
Iced tea?
Like lemonade.
Oh.
Lemonade.
Oh, so you high?
Hydrated.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I like it. Woo. That synergy on this show was real.
All right, y'all. I'm proud of you, Regina.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Thank you. Can you say thanks, guys?
Thanks, guys.
Praise the Lord.
Hey,
Regina,
man.
how has white Jesus played a role in you getting through this?
The white one.
Okay, the black one. How's your
Thank
faith?
you.
How's your faith helped you?
Man, I definitely questioned God. Definitely
Oh,
did.
wow.
I
didn't know
did.
that.
I did. I did. I mean, I came back around. I think that's been my anchor for me. I think you have to hold on and believe in something or someone. I don't even see how people get through life without having an anchor of some sort.
You know what I say, Regina? I say that faith is not jumping off the mountain. Faith is you jumping off the mountain, God allowing you to hit the ground, waiting for you to curse his name. And then if you don't, then you fly. That's the faith. Some fools that just jump.
Mm-hmm.
You just got fools that'll jump. But I think that's the same way in friendship. We just say it that. You see what it is when it get hard.
Yep.
You see what it is when that money get low. You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate old dog. He was there when I was at my lowest point.
Got to have your good old dog by your side, boy.
All right, y'all. This is David Better Podcast. Shout out to Regina Davenport. You want to get some shout outs, Regina, before you leave?
Yes, I would like to say to my son Reginald and Tyrone, sons, I love you. Thank you for helping me get through it. And Tony, I love you. You have been a rock for me. Thank you.
All right. Since you did that, remember your freestyle that you had for this beat? I'm just fucking with you.
I was trying to
That's the
figure out
David Better Podcast. We love y'all. Make sure that you go to www.davidbetter.com. Make sure that you wear rubbers. Stop eating and drinking all that shit Scott told you not to, you fat fuck.
Wow.
Fat and fuck.
I wish I did have a verse right now. I would just annihilate you, but I don't have one. Because you singing. But then you're looking at me like this.